Sige, problem number 2. Okay, sige, pakibasa.
Determine the shape load P that the member below can carry using ASD and LRFD. The column is W10 by 88 A50 steel. The column has an intermediate brace in the weak direction as shown. A. What is the governed leatherness ratio? B. Calculate the Euler buckling stress in megapascal. Determine the nominal capacity in Kn. D. Find the design allowable capacity of the section in Kn.
Okay, sige. So, sa example problem number 2, as you can see here, meron kang column, no? Wherein yung column mo, yung total length mo is 12 meters. No? 12 meters. So, actually, parang impossible yung ganong scenario. No? But for the sake of this demonstration, let's accept na ito talaga yung system natin. No? And then, ang sabi sa problem is, meron ka daw, nag-introduce ka daw ng bracing. No? At one of your principal axis. No? To be specific, ang sabi niya, yung weak direction. Okay? Yung weak direction. So, sa mga cases na ganito, na kung saan nag-introduce yung sa problem ng mga bracing or support, lateral support, ano, paano yung gagawin natin? Okay? Paano yung gagawin natin? So, siguro, mas maganda i-discuss muna natin, no? Itong unequal unbraced length, no? For different cases, no? So, for example, you have this column na depicted dito sa figure na to. So, sabihin natin initially, yung location lang talaga ng mga support mo, itong mga joints na to, no? From this point to this point. No? Sabihin natin na itong beam na yan, wala pa yan. Okay? Wala pa yan. So, ito lang, no? Ito yung support natin to this point, point, no? Supposedly, yung total length ng column mo is itong length na to. Okay? And as you could see dito sa section, kung i-observe natin yung section, yung orientation niya is that andito yung x-axis natin or yung strong axis natin, tapos andito naman yung y-axis natin or yung weak, no? Yung weak direction natin, okay? Now, you could see here na sa figure na to, ang nangyari, since alam natin ang buckling mangyayari sa weak direction, no, or sa minor axis, parang ang ginawa nung designer, naglagay siya doon ng intermediate bracing, no, doon sa ano na yon, sa weak axis na yon, to support yung column natin against buckling. So yun yung reason kaya nag-introduce siya ng intermediate brace. No? Yun yung iniisip ng designer natin. Okay? Ang gusto ko lang ipapansin sa inyo, pag mag-solve kayo ng mga problem na ganito, okay, for column, na hinahati yung may intermediate bracing, you need to check yung effect ng bracing na yon dun sa column mo in terms of buckling in both axis, no? In both axis. So halimbawa, okay? Kunin muna natin or i-drawing natin yung buckling at major axis. No? Kapag sinabi nating buckling at major axis, okay? Yun yung sa ano, no? Basically pag ganito 'yon, no? Ito kasi yung ano natin, 'di ba? Major axis natin, ang buckling niya kung ito yung initially yung mga points, no, or mga joints natin, magbabuckle yung column natin at this axis. Okay? Ito yung parang pinaka-itsura. Okay? Now, obviously, no, yung introduction ng bracing, sabihin natin sa ano yan, sa midspan. Okay? At this direction, walang effect yon sa buckling at major axis kasi hindi naman siya tumutukod dito kay x-axis, di ba? No effect yung intermediate brace dun sa buckling at x-axis. So kaya mapapansin mo, yung pinaka-deflected buckle shape mo dito is ganito, okay? At major axis. Now, iba yung usapan pag drino mo yung buckling na supposedly kung magre-refer tayo sa minor axis or yung weak axis which is the y-axis, no? So parang pag tumingin ka sa column mo, somehow andito siya, okay? Along this okay, axis, okay? Okay? Now, since nag-introduce ka ng kung wala ka sanang intermediate brace, ganito yung buckle shape mo at minor axis. Now, since nag-introduce ka ng bracing dun sa weak axis mo, magbabago yung buckle shape mo. Okay? So, ang mangyayari ngayon, yung introduction mo ng bracing would be considered, no, as yung intermediate brace na yon would be considered as a pin support, no? Sana malinaw to guys, no? It's a pin support. Okay? So as you can see here on this figure, naging pin support yung intermediate brace na yon, and yung buckled shape mo, since may support ka na doon, would be somehow looks like this. Okay? Okay? Tapos okay? Okay? Ito na yung maging buckled shape mo. Okay? Since nag-introduce ka nga ng intermediate brace, which is considered as a pin support. Okay? So, therefore, dapat maging maingat ka, no, on your calculations pag sa problem is nag-introduce nga ng mga bracing. Okay? So, iba yung bracing sa gantong axis and iba din yung bracing at the strong axis. Okay? Now, dito sa problem kasi malinaw, no? Malinaw. Sinabi niya rito, weak direction. Okay? Weak direction. So, if mag-refer tayo doon sa pinaka figure natin, okay? So, sige, solve natin 'to. Okay? Number 1, governing slenderness ratio. Okay? Since ang sabi ito, we have intermediate support at weak direction. Kumbaga kung i-draw mo yung parang pinaka cross section mo, no, na wide flange. So for example, you have this wide flange. Okay? Meron tayong wide flange as shown. Okay? Okay? Yung bracing na yon, okay? Kung meron kang pinaka wide flange, okay, this wide flange, ito yon, no? Obviously, at weak direction, ito yung pinaka intermediate support mo. Okay? So imagine ito yung beam mo, okay? Or lateral support. Okay? So ito yung pinaka pinaka web mo, no? Ayan, yan yung pinaka web mo. Pinaka web mo, okay? Ng beam mo, kumbaga. Okay? So malinaw na ito, no? Malinaw na ito. Okay, this is the bracing at weak direction. Okay? Okay? So bakit naging siya, no? Bracing at weak direction? Kasi nga 'di ba? As we have discussed, no? Kung ito yung kumbaga, kung ito yung kung ito yung pinaka guide mo, okay? Sabi natin ito yung x and ito yung y mo, okay? Major axis and minor axis, no? Yung buckling with respect to the minor axis, ang effect nun, ibebend niya yung no? Ibebend niya yung column mo along this along this axis. Okay? Tapos kapag strong axis naman, ibebend niya naman yung pinaka column mo along this. Okay? So, ang sabi kasi bracing at weak direction. So, ito talaga yung counterpart nun. Diba? Ito yung counterpart nun. Okay? Sige, so let's try to solve itong problem na to. By the way, anong type of problem to? Okay? Based sa mga given natin? Design type or investigation type?
Investigation po.
Okay, so tama, no? Kasi given yung yung area or mga section properties, kukunin mo yung yung design strength, okay? Okay, or yung strength, okay? Or capacity, okay? Sige, slenderness ratio tayo, okay? Ano ba yung given? Okay? Rx and Ry. So ano yung mag-govern? Yung minimum range of variation, which is yung Ry, no? So kung ganun yung gagawin mo, mali ka na kaagad, no? Kasi kailangan mo investigate yung dalawang axis, okay? Kailangan mo investigate lahat, no, bago ka mag-conclude, okay? Sige, so investigate natin, no? Sabihin natin for case 1, we would check yung buckling at x direction, okay? Or x-axis, okay? Now, kung mag-buckle yung member natin at x direction, gaya ng pagkaka-discuss natin, kung i-draw natin yung pinaka deflected shape natin, okay? Halimbawa, ito yung total length ng ating member, no? And ang sabi dito, we have 8 plus 4, 12 meters, no? Then ang support mo sa top, pin, no? Pin support. So top is pin support. Okay? Tapos sa bottom support naman, no? You have peaks, no? So peaks. So pinned and peaks support. Okay? So assuming na ito yung pinaka-column natin, okay? If you would look dun sa x-axis, ang backlink mo, okay? Walang effect yung introduction mo ng bracing, no, at which direction. So ibig sabihin, ang magiging buckle shape mo, okay? So going back tayo doon, no? Going back tayo dun sa pinaka guide natin na table na sana i-memorize nyo ng maayos. Okay, ito. Okay. Kunin natin yan, i-reflect natin dito. Okay, i-reflect natin dito. So, supposedly daw, yung buckle shape mo, kung meron kang peaks and pin support without sidesway, is somehow ganito yung magiging itsura. Okay, magiging itsura. So, you have a deflected shape, no, na somehow looks like this, no. Okay, half sine curve, tapos sa bandang 0.3, mag-ano siya, no, magkakaroon na ng ano, point of inflection. Okay, and then ang total length natin, no, on backlink at x-axis is obviously yung total, no, na 8 plus 4, which is 12 meters. Okay, total length natin dito is as discussed would be ano, no, would be 12 meters. Okay, 12 meters. Now, going back dun sa ating pinaka-figure, obviously, kung peaks and pin support tayo, ang appropriate theoretical K value natin is 0.7. Okay, 0.7. Isusulat natin dito, okay, lahat ng parameters. So K is equal to 0.7. Okay? Now, iba yung usapan kapag y-axis na tayo. Okay? So case 2 na tayo. Okay? Sa case 2, we would try to investigate ano ba yung buckle shape ng y-axis. Okay? For y-axis, okay? Since nag-introduce ka ng bracing, ang mangyayari ngayon, no, kung at a certain point, which is yun ngayon, 8 meters from top support and 4 meters from the bottom support, no? So mangyayari ngayon, if we would draw yung pinaka column natin, okay? So ito yung pinaka column natin, pinned and peaks support, okay? At a certain point daw, no, at a certain 8 meters, nag-introduce tayo ng intermediate brace, okay? Intermediate brace. This is 8 meters. This is 4 meters. And then, sabi nga, at this point, nag-introduce ka daw ng intermediate brace. And ang sabi natin, pag ganong scenario, kino-consider natin yun as pin support, no? Pin support yung intermediate brace. Okay? So, ibig sabihin pala, kung i-draw natin yung deflected shape or buckle shape nung member natin at y-axis, ang mangyayari, this is pinned and pinned support, no? So, yan yung basis ni Euler, nung na-derive niya yung formula. So meaning that is equal to half sine curve. So yung magiging buckle shape mo somehow like this. Okay? Half sine curve. Now dito naman, pinned tapos peaks, no? Pinned tapos peaks. So parang ang katulad noon, ito lang, no? Parang ganito lang, pinned and peaks. Okay? So yung deflected shape mo naman dito, okay, ganun, no? Medyo parang gaganyan ka. Okay? Tapos pagdating sa bandang 0.3, may half sine curve ka na. Okay? Babalik na yung mo, okay? Yung curvature mo, okay? So, siguro ayusin natin yung para medyo parang hawig lang ng half sine. Okay, yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin pala, no? Based dito, itong value ng upper part mo na 8 meters for the K that is pinned, yung value ng K natin diyan as discussed is 1.0. Kasi yan yung basis ni Euler, di ba? And similarly, itong bottom part naman, yung value ng K natin dyan is 0.7. Okay? Similar dun sa case na to. Okay? Now, okay na. Na-define na natin yung mga parameters natin. Pwede na tayong bumalik dun, no? Dun sa ating mga original formula for slenderness ratio. Okay? So, calculate natin. Okay? Again, no? On case 1 tayo. Okay? So, for case 1, we would have KL over at, no? at x direction. So we would have yung value ng k natin dito, again, that is 0.7. Okay? Yung total length natin dito at x-axis, okay, is 12, no, meters. Okay? Similarly, yung radius of gyration natin at x direction as per given, that is 115.32. Okay? 115.32. 115.32. Okay? So ilan to?
72.84079.
72. .8. Okay? Ano yung kasunod?
4079.
Okay. Sige. So okay na tayo dito. Okay? Balik tayo dito sa case 2. For case 2 naman, ganun din. Okay? Ganun din. You would have dun sa upper part. Okay? Upper part natin. And let's change yung ating subscript, no? Okay? So sa upper part natin, yung value ng k natin is equal to 1.0. Okay? 1.0. Yung length natin at the upper part is 8 meters. Okay? Divided by ry. Okay? And ry natin, okay, is 66.8. Okay? 66.8. Okay? Now, meron tayong value. Okay? So, ilan to?
119.76. 047.
19.76.
047.
047. Okay, sige, thank you. 047. Okay. And similarly for the bottom part, so ang magbabago lang dito is una yung K, effective length factor natin, no? And as well as yung length natin dito is 4 meters. Okay, similar radius of gyration. Okay, so meron tayong value ng slenderness ratio. So ilan to?
41.9161.
41.9161. Tama?
6 up.
916. Tama?
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
Sige. Now, comparing all the slenderness ratio, okay? So, mapansin mo dito, pag kinumpare mo yung tatlo, ito yung highest, di ba? Tapos sumunod tong x direction, tapos itong sa y direction ulit. So, ibig sabihin pala, may mga cases na hindi masusunod din yung argument na kung sino yung mas mababa sa dalawa, yun yung kukunin mo kaagad, no? For example, on this scenario, possibly lang naman, no? Mag-govern pa rin sa x, pero kailangan mo pa rin i-check talaga, no? Lahat. Okay? So ngayon, nung na-check natin sa case na to, yung slenderness ratio mo, yung actual slenderness ratio mo based on sa mga fixity conditions mo and mga lengths, nag-govern itong okay, itong upper part dun sa y direction, okay, or the y axis, no? So this one would governs, no? And ito yung gagamitin natin for the rest of our calculations. Okay? Sige. Meron tayong item A, ano yung kasunod? The Euler buckling stress, no? Euler buckling stress. So, yung Euler buckling stress, which is simply F sub E. Okay? So, calculate natin yung F sub E. Euler critical buckling stress. So, ito rin yun, no? F sub E. Now, yung F sub E kasi, di ba, ang sabi natin, this is as simple as pi squared E divided by yung calculated slenderness ratio. Okay? So again, this would give us a value of pi squared 200,000 MPa. Okay? Divided by yung governing slenderness ratio, which is ito. Okay? Okay? So we would have this one and then squared. Okay? So meron tayong F sub E. Okay? So ano yung value ng F sub E natin?
137.62671.
Okay, okay, sige. Pakiulit, 137,
0.6267.
6267,
1.
1. Okay, MPA. Okay? Okay na tayo sa F sub E, which is ito ata hinahanap for ano, item B. Tama ba? Yeah, okay. So, yun yung sagot natin. Okay, so try natin. Ilagyan ng box yung mga final answer natin. Okay. Okay, item C tayo. Okay, next item is determine the nominal capacity. Okay, the nominal capacity. So again, I think in terms of nominal capacity, no, ganun pa din, no? Ano ba yung type of buckling natin? Okay. Elastic ba o inelastic? So kailangan natin mag-apply ng threshold. Okay, nominal compressive strength. Okay? P sub n. Okay? So, going back dun sa mga threshold, so apply tayo ng threshold. Okay? So, let's use 0.44 na lang. Okay? 0.44 Fy. Okay? And kung di ako nagkakamali dito, this is 850. No? 850. So, meaning, this is Fy is 345. No? Pero let's try to double check pa din. Okay? For dun sa given. Okay? Is this 850 still? Okay, yan, 850 still. Okay? 345. So, we have our threshold equal to ilan to?
151.8.
151.8, no? MPA. MPA. Okay? Now, if i-compare natin siya with the actual FE na nakalculate natin, no, which is ito, let's formulate a conclusion. Okay? Let's formulate a conclusion. So, comparing these two value, no, the threshold with the actual F sub E, and let's return dun sa ating mga set of equations. Okay? Unahin natin si inelastic. Okay? Pagdating kay inelastic, no, check natin, baka inelastic tayo. Yung F sub E mo daw should be greater than the threshold. F sub E is greater than the threshold. Okay? Is F sub E greater than the threshold? So, obviously, hindi. Okay? So, common sense, hindi siya inelastic, and therefore, this is elastic buckling. Okay? So, elastic buckling yung system natin. Okay? So, therefore, yung mga formula for elastic buckling yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Sige. So, going back, no, dun sa elastic buckling, we could say na pagdating sa elastic buckling, yung F sub CR natin is 0.877 F sub E. Okay? 0.877 F sub E. Okay. Well, yung F sub E na-calculate na natin. So we could now have the F sub CR or the critical, the flexural buckling stress, F sub CR is equal to 0.877 F sub E. Okay? So this would give us this value, okay? Which is equal to, okay? So ilan to?
120.68.
Okay, 120
0.698.
698. Okay? Tama? MPA?
6.
Okay? So I'm guessing tama to, no? Okay, sige, meron tayong F sub CR. Okay, ganun ulit, no? P sub N. Okay? P sub N is as hindi man magbabago to, ganun pa din. AG F sub CR. Okay? Which is equal to area gross nung ating given section, and that is 16,774. Okay? 16,774. Okay? Multiplied by F sub CR. Okay, ito yun. Okay, divide 1,000. Okay. So meron tayong nominal capacity. So ilan to? Okay, ilan to?
2024.58825.
2024 point, okay ulit,
58825.
588.
58825. Tama? Okay? Sige. So okay na tayo in terms of the nominal capacity, okay? And yung last item natin, yun lang, no? Ano daw yung capacity considering LRFD and LRFD and ASD, okay? So ano na lang, no? I-convert lang natin itong nominal, okay? So again, no? From item D, hiningi niya lang yung P sub U and P sub A, okay? For LRFD, I think alam niyo na 'yan, no? P sub U is equal to P sub C times P sub N, while pagdating sa ASD, P sub A is equal to P sub N divided by P sub C, okay? Now this is simply 0.9 multiplied by yung nominal, okay? Tapos i-ano natin 'yan, plug in natin. Okay? So meron tayong values, pero itutuloy ko muna 'to, okay? So for this one naman, you would have yung nominal, okay? Divided by the P sub C, which is similar with yielding 1.67, okay? So meron tayong value ng P sub U. So pakibigay nga sa akin tong P sub U. So ilan to?
1,822.
0.2 decimal na lang.
13 po.
1.3. Okay. Sige. Thank you. And yung P sub A?
1,212.
0.33.
0.33.
Okay? So ayun na, no? Basically, that ends problem number 2. Ang nangyari dito is meron tayong unequal unbraced length, no? By introduction kasi ng intermediate support, naging complicated yung system natin. So yung calculation ng slenderness ratio dumadami. Okay? So yun lang yung take away, no? And then similar na lang, no? Similar set of equations. Ano lang 'to no? Mga basic formula, okay? You were able to check and calculate yung design and allowable strength, no? Compressive strength. Okay? So yun yung takeaway on this problem number 2, okay? Any question from the group? Any clarification? Meron bang malabo? Okay, sige.